Coral was a baby mermaid with a laugh like tinkling seashells and a tail the color of a pink pearl. She lived in the shimmering city of Siren's Cove with her mother and father, the king and queen. Coral loved to explore, but she was always told never to venture beyond the great garden of rainbow kelp. One afternoon, chasing a flurry of iridescent jellyfish that pulsed with soft light, Coral didn't notice how far she'd gone. The jellyfish drifted into a strong, warm current, and with a playful giggle, Coral followed. The current whooshed her along, tumbling and twirling, until the water grew cold and the light from above faded to a deep, dusky blue. When the current finally released her, Coral stopped, her giggles dying in her throat. The rainbow kelp was gone. The familiar coral towers of her home were nowhere to be seen. Instead, she was surrounded by strange, twisting rocks and long, shadowy seaweed that swayed like gloomy ghosts. She was lost. A tiny, frightened tear escaped her eye and dissolved into the salt water. "Mama," she whispered. The vast ocean swallowed her small voice. A gentle voice beside her said, "Little one, why do you shimmer with sadness?" Coral turned to see a wise old sea turtle, his shell a map of 1,000 journeys. "I'm lost," she hiccuped. "I can't find my way back to Siren's Cove." The turtle, whose name was Barnaby, nodded slowly. "A long journey for such small fins. But do not worry, the ocean is full of friends. I know the way to the sun-warmed waters where your cove lies. Climb on, and I will take you to the first landmark." With a spark of hope, Coral settled on Barnaby's broad shell. He swam steadily through the canyons, pointing out glowing anemones and sleeping clams. After a time, he stopped where the water began to grow warmer. "From here," he rumbled, "the starfish constellation will guide you, but you will need speed." "Finley," he called. A sleek, smiling dolphin zipped through the water, clicking cheerfully. "Yes, sir. This is Coral of Siren's Cove. She needs an escort to the dancing seagrass fields. Hop on." Finley chirped. Coral waved goodbye to Barnaby and held onto Finley's dorsal fin. With a powerful flick of his tail, Finley surged through the water faster than any current. Coral squealed with delight as they raced past schools of silvery fish, the water streaming through her hair. They reached a vast meadow of green seagrass that danced and swirled in the current. "This is where I leave you," Finley said. "Follow the North Starfish straight on till morning." But the seagrass was tall, and Coral was small. She couldn't see the stars above the water. She began to worry again. A soft glow caught her eye. A little lanternfish, its bulb shining like a miniature moon, swam up to her. "You look like you could use a light," it glimmered. "I need to see the stars, too." "Find my way," Coral explained. "Then follow me," the lanternfish said. It led her up through the dancing seagrass until they broke the surface of the water. The sky was a velvet blanket embroidered with countless stars. And there, shining brightly, was the constellation of the starfish, pointing the way. "Thank you," Coral whispered to her tiny guide. Now she knew the direction, but the journey was still long. She swam until her little tail felt heavy. A deep, melodic song began to echo around her, a sound that vibrated in her very bones. A great humpback whale, as massive as a mountain, glided beside her. "Your heart beats with the rhythm of home, little merling," the whale sang, its voice a symphony of the deep. "The current ahead is strong. Let me carry you gently." The whale opened its massive mouth, and Coral swam inside. It wasn't scary, it was a cozy, dry cave where she could rest while the whale carried her through the powerful deep sea current. She could hear its beautiful song echoing all around her, a lullaby of the ocean. When the whale gently released her, the water was warm and clear. She could see fields of familiar trumpet coral and towers of glittering quartz in the distance. She was almost home, but between her and the cove was a forest of twisting, thorny black coral. It was a maze she didn't know how to navigate. A clickety-clack sound made her turn. A cheerful clownfish poked its head out from an anemone. "Lost?" it asked. "So close to home," Coral said, her voice trembling. "No problem." The clownfish said, "My family knows every tunnel in this maze. We'll show you the way." Dozens of bright orange clownfish swarmed out, creating a living, wiggly arrow. They darted through narrow tunnels and round sharp turns, leading Coral safely through the maze until the entrance to Siren's Cove was right before her. There, at the gate, were her mother and father, their faces etched with worry that instantly melted into overwhelming joy. Coral, they cried, swimming to her and wrapping her in a tight embrace. Coral hugged them back, her heart bursting with happiness. She turned to look back at the vast ocean. She saw the clownfish waving their fins, and in the distance, she heard the faint, beautiful song of the whale. She saw the flicker of a tiny light deep below, and remembered the dolphin's speed and the turtle's wisdom. "I'm home," she told her parents, "and I had help from all my new friends." From that day on, Coral was never afraid of the ocean's vastness, for she knew it was not a place of loneliness, but a world woven together by kindness, where even the smallest merling, with the help of friends, could always find her way. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.